Western powers are stepping up the diplomatic pressure on Syria over the massacre of civilians. Australia, Canada and a growing number of European nations are now expelling senior Syrian diplomats. Like Australia, the countries say they want to send a message of revulsion over Friday's massacre in Hula, which saw 108 people slaughtered, including 49 children. With the latest, Middle East correspondent Ann Barker.
The massacre in Hula has caused outrage around the world and prompted the Australian government to act. It's decided to expel 2 senior Syrian diplomats from Canberra.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australians have seen the bodies in Hula and they're appalled. They're appalled that a regime could connive in or organise the execution, the killing of men, women and children.
Mr Carr says those being expelled include Syria's top representative in Australia, the Chargé d'Affaires, Jawdat Ali. He says he expects other nations will take similar action in the next 24 hours.
This is the most effective way we've got of sending a message of revulsion at what has happened in Syria, and a message that the Syrian government should implement the ceasefire that has been called for by Kofi Annan and the Security Council.
Kofi Annan is taking a hands-on approach to saving his peace plan. The international envoy arrived in Damascus last night for what he said would be frank and serious discussions with the regime.
The Security Council has requested the United Nations to continue to investigate the attacks in Hula. Those responsible for these brutal crimes must be held to account.
He's already met Syria's foreign minister and is now holding talks with President Assad.
And this message of peace is not only for the government, but for everyone, every individual with a gun.
The Syrian regime says the talks have been productive so far, but insist it's the rebels who are holding back the peace process.
Syria has not carried out a single violation of the plan. At the same time, the other side has not committed to a single point. This means the armed groups and the opposition have made a decision to see the plan fail.
But the stories emerging from survivors of Friday's massacre are putting the blame firmly on the regime. They've told the UN that many of the victims were shot in summary executions by government militia.
This baby is my niece. They killed her mother, my sister. The thugs made us come downstairs and they started their carnage.
New amateur video posted online purportedly shows the panic from the massacre in Hula. Residents rush to help the injured, but the explosion chases them away. This young boy runs as dozens of other children are killed. This boy, filmed by the opposition, says he escaped by playing dead. He saw the bodies of his sisters and mother in his home. After the soldiers left, he escaped to his uncle's house. While the world focuses on what happened in Hula, more Syrians continue to come under attack nearby. Rebel fighters have clashed with government troops in Hama and Homs. Human rights activists say Syrian tanks and infantry fighting vehicles opened fire on several neighbourhoods, killing more than 40 people. Ann Barker, Lateline.